Hello, you're watching Forest Fan TV. After what has been a dramatic weekend for Forest, Stuart Pearce is no longer the manager. He was relieved of his duties on Sunday night, and no sooner had he left, Dougie Freedman was appointed as his successor. The defeat to Millwall on Saturday has proved to be Pearce's last game in charge, and after a run of only 3 wins in 21 games, Pearce's reign at the City Ground is over. It's a shame to see somebody who is so well loved as Pearce leaving the club in these circumstances. We all wanted it to work out for him. We wanted him to make a success of it. Unfortunately, that's not happened. And we have to admit, when you look at the results and the performances of late, it's perhaps not been up to scratch, and any other manager would have lost his job by now. But that certainly doesn't make it any easier to see Stuart Pearce leaving the club. We've also had the news this morning that Paul Faulkner has reportedly resigned as chief executive. We're still waiting for confirmation on that, so still not 100% sure on Faulkner's situation. But we asked you anyway to give us your thoughts on the sacking of Stuart Pearce and the appointment of Dougie Freedman, the former Bolton and Crystal Palace manager. The response we've had on Facebook suggests that most of you are behind Stuart Pearce and think that he should have been given more time. Starting with Matthew, he says he's very sad to hear that Stuart Pearce has gone. We weren't going anywhere this year, so we might as well have given him until the end of the season. Sarah says all of the fans that wanted Stuart Pearce gone, well done. Ian thinks we are now the official laughingstock of every club in football. All the gear and no idea. Let Fawaz know your feelings by not going to the City Ground for the next game. Delaney says the club's a circus, we're not a football team anymore, a joke and a disgrace. Stuart says Fawaz is an idiot. He says it doesn't matter how much money he's spent on the club, if he doesn't make the right decisions, then he's not doing himself any favours. You've also got Andy here who says he's not sure, we'll see what happens until the end of the season, so I presume he's giving Freedman a couple of months there to see what he can do until the season ends. Ashley, finally, he says it's not a good appointment. He says Fawaz wants to be in the Premier League, but he installs a League 2 manager at best. So the response there from those of you who've spoken to us suggests that you wanted Pearce to stay and you were happy to give him more time in the job. But there were a vocal section of our support who were wanting Stuart Pearce to go, with the Pearce out tweets and Facebook messages and posts on forums as well. To those fans, I have to ask you now that you've got what you want and now Stuart Pearce has gone, are you happy with the appointment of Dougie Freedman? When you want a manager to leave the club, you have got to be willing to accept the alternatives if that manager does leave. Dougie Freedman is now our alternative, if you like. Are you happy with that? Given our position both on the field and off the field, Freedman is probably the best that we could have hoped for at the minute. So we've got to get behind him and hope that he can make a success of things. We want to hear your thoughts on the appointment of Freedman and everything that's gone off over the last 24 hours. Leave your comments below. Get in touch with us on Twitter at ForestFanTV. Also have a look for us on Facebook. Just search for Nottingham Forest TV. We've got loads of reaction to this story coming up throughout the week here on Forest Fan TV, so make sure that you keep checking back and looking for our latest videos. But until next time from me, goodbye.